Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. So today we're going to be going over sessioning, and I asked the community about it, and I want to do something like a little bit original because obviously Tendons and Penguin Typer have already posted a video on this, and they both kind of did something in their own way. So I decided to ask the community on Netscape Wiki their thoughts on sessioning. And so I hope you guys do enjoy this video, but quickly I'd just like to congratulate Kocho, I think it's Kocho, on his Mercedes X McLaren SLR. That's impressive. Congratulations. She just got that. So anyways, other than that, now we are going on to the longest session, obviously the third on here, and this guy / girl, I represented 10,733 races. Obviously, it is detrimental to someone's health if they do this session by themselves, because obviously I don't know what they would have used, like if they use any substances, which is obviously has underlying health conditions, if they just account shared, which I'd say is like a 90% chance. Obviously I'm not saying that they account shared, but it seems kind of realistic. But the other thing that they could have done is they could have botted their way, but I personally do not believe that this is the case, because Netscape is good at banning these botters, and they're good at monitoring these botters. So I'd say at this point, if they weren't removed by now, I believe that botting is out of the discussion right now. But anyways, other than that, my idea today was I went onto the Netscape Wiki and I asked people their thoughts on sessioning, and then I said I'm recording a YouTube video on this and I'd like some input from the community about whether or not you all like the idea of long sessions and where it will go in the future leaderboards wise. Also, I'd love to know how you view account sharing, because it's assumed that most long sessions come from account sharers, though not all of them. If this is in the wrong place, feel free to delete the post. So we first have Comrade Jack Netscape, who, thank you Comrade Jack for putting his own discussion, and so I'm just going to be reacting to these opinions. So he said, I personally have no problem with long sessions. It's just when people start doing 10,000 session races by account sharing and botting. So he believes that it's account sharing and botting that I get annoyed. Obviously, I don't think that it's botting. I don't think it's solo. I believe it's account sharing, but that's obviously not backed up by any evidence, just my personal opinion and from what my observations are. The admins took away the more extreme session achievements such as Nightstripe Nightmare and Emperor Empress. Yes, they did. There were some 800 session achievements, which were fairly hard to get, and they did. He's right about this. And I'll just continue on, because they were worried about people being unhealthy doing so many races in the session, and I think those kinds of sessions, the one that can be done for real, are the kinds of sessions that are just fine. I do agree with this too. Obviously, there wouldn't want to be underlying health conditions with people who do these sessions, but yes, I agree with Jack on this one about how when people do these sessions, these honest sessions, I believe that they're okay, and that they shouldn't receive any hate from this. I'm not on board with account sharing, but I'm also not completely against it, because simply put, there's nothing you can do about it. So there's no point necessarily doing anything about it. And two, if you want to account share, I feel like it kind of just brings down the honesty of the game. And we'll talk about the leaderboards being removed later. It's not official or anything, but here, I'll just scroll down right now. 3 Cross said that he thinks that they're gonna get removed because people will account share and bot their way, which I would agree. Honestly, I do think that the leaderboards will get removed. But let's keep going on. I hope this is the kind of response that you were looking for, because these are just Humble's opinions about the game. Yes, thank you, Jack. This is exactly what I'm looking for. I really appreciate that. I just said, yes, I believe that the admins not only want to spare people's health, but also want to refrain from people cheating in a way to those high race sessions, such as using the 9 words per minute hack. If you didn't know that, it's just 9 words per minute. It's like shorter text, so they're shorter races, so you can get longer sessions. Thanks, I appreciate your opinion. So thank you, Comrade Jack. I really appreciate that. That was a great opinion to the game. So let's go on to our next one, Rubber Ducky, who gave great input and a really long one. So I'm just going to read through it, and I'll put my feedback right now. I believe that sessioning has its pros and cons. Some of the pros is that you can get certain achievements out of the way, and you can brag about the huge session you got. I also agree. Seeing those empty achievements are obviously frustrating. I have not gotten the keyword cap, but I did get the Covenant, which is like my main goal. But the cons are that a lot of people take drugs like Adderall to keep themselves awake to do big sessions, which could cause underlying health conditions. At the end of the day, it's just a game. You don't want to put your health, or you don't want to put your health behind the game itself. You want to put your health first. And so I do agree this is a major con, and anyone doing this should stop, because once you feel tired or once you feel like you can't go on, just don't go on. Like this person, I'm not gonna say who, they DM'd a friend of mine, which told the server that they had a seizure, like a day after the session, and his mom found him foamy, bloody mouth. Yes, this is obviously very, very bad, very negative, and it's very serious actually. Like if you feel like you're not feeling well, just stop. Like, come back another day. It was so bad that they're in intensive care, but let's just go. But if you plan on sessioning, do it in moderation. Where you are that tired and you need to stop, yes, obviously. Don't continue to get onto the Hall of Fame unless you're confident you can handle the types of drugs. I actually disagree with this. I don't think you should take any kinds of drugs, just because I believe that it's just not necessarily safe, and I don't think it's worth it. Or willing to pull an all-nighter. This one I can see, if you really want to pull an all-nighter, I don't know. Like, I mean, if you don't get tired, I guess, but there's better uses of your time, if I'm going to be honest. I know some of my reasons are a little meh, but I still want to put it out there. If you do a session, do it to the point where you can live with that. Yes. So, do it to a point where you can do other stuff and you can live your life, and you feel proud of doing that session. After all, sessions are supposed to help you improve, so it'll either help you type faster or have better endurance while racing, so I recommend sessioning to a certain degree. Yes, I also agree with this. If you see these main, Tendon's pointed this out actually, if you see these main accounts such as I represented, he says she started at 100 10 words per minute, and the entire season they went down to 104, because he actually said himself, quote Tendons, that at the end when he still had 500 races left, the entire words per minute dropped 20 words per minute average to my average, which is crazy. So now we have another input from Rubber Ducky 925. Now about account sharing, I feel that account sharing is frowned upon, but as said before, it is not bannable. I recommend doing it with someone you trust 257%. But don't do it with the 7,121,869,823 other people. Just do it to either help your session or do a few races here or there, not to get number one on the leaderboards. Eyes. I don't recommend doing it, but if you do it with someone you trust, or you'll end up with no NC account because it got hacked and all of your cash and cards are wiped. Yes, I also agree with this. I said down here, thanks Rubber Ducky as well about your thoughts. I agree that account sharing is dangerous, and I would also agree that you shouldn't give your password to anyone except those that you fully trust. So, other than that, do not join classrooms. If somebody invites you to join a classroom, report them and don't join. They could have access to your account, change your password, set racing time limits, etc. If it is someone else but your actual teacher, don't join and report them, even if it's just for fun. Nobody's invited me to a classroom, but yes, I totally agree with this. Stay safe with this. Thank you, Rubber Ducky. I really appreciate this. This is some great input. So now we have Three Cross, moderator on the site. I believe he has over 100,000 races, so great job on racing and everything, but here's what he had to say. Okay, so now we have Three Cross. So otherwise, we are going to read it right now. Thoughts on sessioning? It's fun to do every once in a while. To some people, not at all. Yeah, to me, I don't think it's that fun. But know your limits. If you're going to a point where you're endangering your health and using drugs to stay up, you've lost it. Yes, I do agree totally with Three Cross. My prediction for the Session Hall of Fame over the next month, it's going to be overrun by account shared sessions right before it innovated. Okay, so I can't even pronounce it, but inevitably gets moved. We're just gonna say that that's how you say it. Also, why do you capitalize every first word in the post? Lol. Yeah, I don't know why I did. If you're watching this video, I don't know. Maybe I was bored. That's what I said. Account sharing has me bored. Account sharing. Did I just say account sharing? Quarantine. Basically, I do agree with everything in this. I can't say, yeah, I mean, there's not much else to say about this. This is totally agreeable. This is totally true in my opinion. I believe that the leaderboards will get removed eventually, unless Nightshade. With like the use of VPNs, there's no way to like prevent account sharing, and therefore I do believe that it just won't work out. So then we have our final opinion, Bremitorix, which I also a very procedure racer and a admin on the wiki, as well as three crosses. So he says, very stupid and waste of time, he slash she. Especially now that the achievements are removed, you accomplish absolutely nothing by completing thousands of races in this session. I agree with this. The only reason that people would do this is to get on the leaderboards, which will probably get removed anyway, so just saying. Personally, I don't see the point in staying up on a children's browser typing game for days to get your name on a list that you'll eventually fall off of, adding the massive account sharing, and yeah, not good. Again, totally agree with this. It's a better use of your time to not session, to race for fun and improve your typing speed. I'm totally on board with this, but to session and put your health at genuine risk, it's just going way too far. I'm not sure why that Session Hall of Fame hasn't been removed yet. I would have expected that to happen years ago. So, obviously, I have been on the Nitro Type. I've been on the website for about almost 2 years now. I haven't given much thought to this, obviously, and it's not like I've been racing for those 2 years straight. I've like raced a bit, then taken breaks off, and then raced more. Overall, though, ever since my YouTube channel started, I've been more racing more. But just ignore that, and I would agree that the Session Hall of Fame will be removed, as 3 Cross said. And then we'll see what he says. As for non-Hall of Fame sessions, specifically ones below 2,000, I still believe it's mostly pointless, but I understand that people who do it once every few months to test their endurance or whatever. Yeah, I feel like I'd just be driven by boredom. I barely survived 300, and I think like that's just because it took me 5 hours and I just wasn't into it. I said to Rubber Ducky, I agree that account sharing is dangerous, and I would also agree that you shouldn't give your password to anyone except those that you fully trust. And to Bremitorix, in my opinion, any session that is so long there isn't improvement in the person's actual typing speed is pointless. Thank you for your input. So just to be sure that nobody else put anything in the wiki so far, that is pretty much it. Just to check, I believe that's, yeah. So anyways, oh, never mind, we have Mr. Lambo76, so let's see what he said. I don't mind doing a 400 race session, but any session higher scares me. I totally agree. When I go to the leaderboards, I see people doing hundreds to even thousands of races a day, and I get concerned about their health, especially Kocho. Kocho just got a new just got her Mercedes McLaren SLR. I think that's how you say it. Yeah, I would agree that anybody who races that much would endanger their health. I don't know what's going on though, and I won't make any assumptions. So I know she just won a season and is currently first in season 27, but I'm concerned because she joined during 2019 during the back to school event and already has 100,000 races, which is insane to me. Yes, I have 9,000 races. I'm trying to get to 10,000, but even that's hard for me. But I think sessioning is even more insane, yes. I'm glad personally that Nitro Type removed the higher up session achievements, because those take like all day to do, and I really don't want people typing all day for the sake of being cool in the Nitro Type community. Totally agree with that too. Just bang my mic. Smashing my mic. So yeah, totally agree with that too. Being cool in the Nitro Type community, obviously, it's like smoking. It's like I mean, not everybody thinks that you're cool when you smoke, but maybe people smoke to be. It's kind of the same thing with nitrogen, because like if you're putting your health at risk like you would with smoking, just to be cool, I mean, obviously it's nowhere in the same ballpark, but at the same time it kind of is. So yeah, just a weird analogy that I guess kind of connects to it. So, however, account sharing while sessioning, especially with a friend, is not really much of a problem unless it gets to like 2,000 races. After that, I get annoyed. Yes, I do. I would get annoyed with anybody account sharing anywhere to get on the leaderboards. I don't recommend to anyone to try to be on the season leaderboard or to go session higher than 400. Those are my thoughts. Yes, I think 400 would probably take, if you're racing straight, it would probably take 5 to 6 hours, which you basically don't want to do anywhere near more than that, because that's just very, very, very scary. So he basically said it again, I guess, but otherwise that is pretty much it for today's video, everyone. If you have watched this far, wow, kudos to you. I don't think I'd have so many people watching this. I swear, I've gone through like 3 of my Screencastify recordings already. So if you have watched this part, comment like sessioning in the comment like comment sessioning in the comments, yeah, and then you will get special VIP ace taper, a VIP ace taper heart. I don't really know what that is, but we'll figure it out. So thank you everyone for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Hopefully I'll get some more thoughts and I'll respond to them, and join the NetShare wiki. You know, it's great. It's very helpful. There was another post on this too. I put my thoughts on sessioning, but there were other thoughts on this one too. People thought that they account shared. So yeah, it's all basically all I can say. That's pretty much it for everyone else. Pretty much it for today's video. My voice is already getting tired for talking so much, so thank you for watching. Hopefully I can do more reaction videos or like videos with the community. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And thank you guys. Peace out. Have a great day. Have a great night. Have a great quarantine, although it might be boring. And yeah, peace out, everyone.